Hey everybody, it's Moonbo here, and welcome back to more Endless Scrap Mechanic. So if this plane looks familiar, that's because it's from last week's video where I did an awesome tank airdrop. We were yeeting tanks out of this plane, but in this video, it's going to be for Scrap Mechanic first-person shooter, and we're not going to be yeeting tanks out of the back of it, we're going to be yeeting ourselves. So this video is going to be a little different than usual. Normally, I would just kind of showcase what I have for Scrap Mechanic first-person shooter, but in this video, I'm going to be actually building along with you guys and further developing the first-person parachute jump from the back of this plane. So I've already started developing this first-person skydiving build, so we're going to take a quick look at what I've got now. We're going to run a few tests and make some changes and adjustments until we've got it just right. So let's not waste any more time, guys. Let's get started. Alright, so we're in the cockpit of the C-130. Now, like I mentioned, we were dropping tanks out of the back of this, but now we're going to be dropping the first-person rig. So here you go. This is the modified version of the FPS rig, where it looks like we've got some hands there on the front with some arms and nothing else. I don't have any weapons or anything like that. I wanted to focus on just jumping out of the back of a plane. So up on top of the build here, you can see we have a couple parachutes. Now that is what we're going to be using to slowly bring ourselves down to the ground. And on the bottom here, I have drag blocks. Now these help reduce the movement through the air of a creation. And I'm going to say it right now, this build is not working 100% as intended. So why don't we hop into the cockpit, go up into the air, and I'm going to show you exactly what I mean by that. Alright, so we are going to just hover straight up with this plane here. We're not going to be flying around or anything, and I figured this is probably the best thing to do anyway, because that way the plane won't be stuck in the air flying away into the wall or anything. It's just going to be exactly where we need it. Alright, so I'd say this is a pretty good height just to kind of show you guys what I've got going on. Now, this plane is extremely stable when you get out of the seat here. Look at this, guys. You can see we are completely still right now. I mean, maybe we might be slowly going down, but we're going to hop into this. Oh, wait, actually, I remember from the tank video, I completely forgot to put that rear door down, so there we go. We're going to get the rear door open, and we're not going to make that same mistake twice. Now here you can see I've got a switch with a decoupler. Now that's what we're going to be using to detach this FPS rig from the plane itself. Alright, so here we go. We're going to get into first person. Look at this, guys. You can see we're controlling our little arms here. We don't have any weapons. We're just ready to jump out of a plane. So all we're going to do is press 6, just like so, and now we are a free floating first-person rig. So I'm going to zoom out here, guys, just to show you a little bit better. Now, it is kind of difficult to fly or to drive out of the plane, simply because the physics are slightly weird, but here we go. Alright, we have jumped. We are now skydiving. Okay, this is really kind of strange. We are floating upside down, and there we go. We're kind of upright. Let's open the chutes. There we go. Oh, and of course, I hit the tree. I swear, that was actually going to be one of the better attempts that I've ever managed to do with this thing, and I'm actually kind of happy that I was able to show you guys that. And so the most tedious part of this testing process is the fact that I have to go back all the way up to this plane, grab it on the lift, bring it back down to the ground, and reset everything. Now, I'm sure you guys are probably thinking, well, why don't you just blow it up or something like that? And I suppose I could do that, but then I risk kind of having debris everywhere, and I might have, you know, even more problems than had I not done that whatsoever. And I find this is actually kind of fun here. You know, we just grab it on the lift, we're gonna jump off. I mean, that's the wrong way to skydive. You don't jump off the top of a plane. And there we go, we're gonna land back on the ground, and there we can delete it and start over again. Alright, so in this test, I'm gonna go even higher up into the air. I didn't really think about how fast the ground was gonna get to us, so this time we're gonna go up higher, and hopefully that will give us a little bit more time to appreciate the skydiving freefall. Alright, here we go. We are going up so high that the trees are starting to unrender. Now, I'm going to go up even higher than that. I want to have as much time as possible. And then, of course, we're going to come up here and retrieve the plane. All right, so let's open up the rear door. There we go. Let's hop out of the seat. Is this thing actually going to stabilize? Okay, there we go. We're nice and stable now. It's actually, like, it might as well just be flat ground. Look, we're not even bouncing around whatsoever. All right, so here we go. We're going to get into the first-person seat just like so. We're going to detach ourselves. Okay, there we go. We are now just a free-floating FPS rig, and I'm going to try and do this entirely in the first person this time. So let's inch our way out. Oh, God. This is so high up. This looks so weird with the little arms. Okay, here we go. We're jumping. And, okay, we're out. Are we out? No, we're not out. Okay, I just did a tactical roll out of the plane. Now, I'm going to zoom out simply because I can't really see anything now. I did put those drag reducer blocks, and you can see, I think that it's actually causing us to kind of float with the bottom of the entire craft up facing the sky. So I think that's something I'm going to be able to fix very easily, because look at this, guys. We're kind of just free falling upside down. Let's put the chutes out though, and hopefully that might fix us a little bit. No, you can see we're still going upside down. So I think I have a solution to that. Alright, so I've got the drag block in my inventory ready to go. So we're going to open up the back of this plane here, hop up above. Now, like I mentioned, all of these drag blocks here, I have a feeling those are what is causing us to kind of flip upside down. So I'm going to get rid of all of these ones here. Now, there are quite a few, and I just realized, actually, this is hooked up right here. You know what? We're going to be able to just re-weld it. All right, there we go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put all of these reducing blocks up above the high point here. So maybe if we kind of put some right here, put a couple there, maybe even put a couple more here. And why not? Let's put one there and one there. So now we're going to have 6 of them up above the center of mass, and maybe that's going to help us kind of stay upright. All right, so now it is time to test this one for the first time. This is going to be test number 1 with the drag reducer blocks above the center of mass. All right, I would say that this is high enough. Now, okay, I almost did it again. This is a bad habit of mine, not opening the cargo bay door. Now, here we go. We've got this all set up yet again. Now, I just realized, actually, we have to reconnect this right there to the driver's seat so that way we can actually disconnect ourselves. So, hop into the seat. Here we go. We are in first person. We're going to disconnect, walk all the way up to the edge here. Now, I think this rear door here is actually giving me a little bit of a hard time because, as you can see, well, maybe if I just drove off, I don't know, it's just, I get kind of caught up on that door there. So why don't we just try and inch our way out, and there we go. So now we're falling. The drag reducer blocks, oh yeah, look, it's helping so much. So if I go into first person, look at this, it's like we're skydiving. Okay, we're gonna open the chute. There we go, and look, did you see my shadow? That looked so cool. The shadow opened up the parachute, and there we go, safely down to the ground. So honestly, that was a huge success. Putting those drag reducing blocks up above the center of mass made a huge difference. We were actually able to stay upright. The parachutes worked like a charm. Now, I think there's really just one thing that I can think of that's going to make this build that much better. Alright, so we're going to do these final modifications here, and then I think it's going to be pretty much good to go. And I'm not going to lie, guys, I'm really surprised at how smooth this is going. So now that everything is working really well, the last thing I can really think of is removing these parachutes. Now obviously I'm going to put them back again, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some decouplers there with the parachutes on that, just like so, and then maybe we're just going to stick a switch right here in the middle and wire that up to the decouplers, and then just like that, right to the seat. So essentially the whole point of that is going to be that you're going to be able to jump out of the plane, land on the ground safe and sound using the parachutes, and then once you're on the ground, you're going to be able to remove those parachutes from your back and move around no problem. Alright, so we're going to run this test right here, which is going to have the drag blocks above the center of mass, the parachutes ready to deploy, and then detach from our back. Now, if this does work and it's going to be a big success, then what I'm going to want to do is we're going to try and do the same thing but from an actual moving plane. I don't know how that's going to go, but I'm really excited. Alright, so we are at the appropriate altitude. We're going to hop out of the seat and go back to the cargo bay. Okay, nope, go back to the cockpit, open up the cargo bay door, there we go. And now I think we're ready to go. So the decouplers are there. I think, yeah, those are hooked up. I realize now I have to rehook that up. I'm going to have to save that again before I put it on the Steam Workshop. All right, so here we go. Can I get... Okay, let's just go underneath it, actually. We're going to get to the seat this way. We're in first person. And this time, I'm going to stay in first person the entire time. So let's see. I think once I deactivate that... Okay, that's going to be there. Okay, everything's ready to go. We're going to detach ourselves from the plane. We're going to inch our way to the back here. It's so funny to see this like actually walking up to the rear door. All right, so let's just give her. Let's go. Hop right out. And we are now free falling. Yes, we are. Let's look up. Oh yeah, look at that. There's the plane. We are slowly falling down to the ground. Look at this. And the arms are working. Those drag reducer blocks are working like a charm. And here we go. Right about here, guys. Let's open up the parachutes. Uh-oh. I didn't hook them back up again. Oh no, we're just free falling all the way to the ground. Alright, so fortunately though, those drag reducer blocks really do slow the drop down. But let's do that one more time, but this time with actual parachutes. Alright, this time everything is wired up and ready to go. Oh my, guys, I'm freaking out here. I keep forgetting to open up that door. Alright, so there we go. We got the door open. Everything is wired and ready to go. So it is time for a proper test here of the first-person skydiving. Alright, so let's detach ourselves from the plane. Here we go. We're gonna inch our way up. Now, everything should be set up and ready to go. Let's go off the edge here. We're gonna jump. There we go. I think we're free-falling. Okay, now we're free-falling. There goes the plane. Oh, our little arms are waving around. Okay, here we go. Open up the parachutes. Did it work? I think it worked. Oh yeah, look, there it goes. It definitely worked, and we land safe and sound. And then the next step is to just detach those parachutes. There we go. We've detached the parachutes, and now we're ready to go. Alright guys, so it is time for the final test, and this is more for science than anything. We're gonna try and yeet ourselves out the back of this plane while it is moving. So I'm gonna go up a little bit here. I don't know exactly how high. I suppose we want to definitely at least clear all of those trees and have a little bit of time for a free fall. Alright, so we are hovering at the appropriate height. Now, this is what I'm going to try and do. I'm going to try and activate, I think that is, which one is it? That's the switch right there to turn the forward steering on. You know what we can actually do? We're going to disconnect it from that seat and wire it to this seat right here. That way we don't even have to actually jump from one seat to the other. Now, one thing I do have to do, I almost forgot it. We're going to open up the back door. Okay, there we go. The cargo bay door is now opened, and I think everything should be set up so that we can actually start flying from this seat right here. Okay, we're in the first-person seat. All of our buttons and switches are right there. Now I'm going to activate our 8 key, and that should start making us fly. All right, let's see. Okay, yeah, there we go. Look, guys. We are now cruising along the map. Oh, man, I have no idea how this is gonna go. We're going really fast here. Okay, so I'm gonna press, I think it's like 7 to disconnect, and I think it's just gonna launch us right out. So here we go in 3, 2, 1, disconnect. Okay, it just launched us out. Wow, that's insane. Okay, wow, I didn't realize we actually crossed pretty much the entire map here. Are we gonna be able to recover? I think so. Open up the parachute. Oh yeah, look, I love seeing the shadow with the parachutes there. Oh no, we fell over. Well, I can't believe I actually didn't even see that wall coming. I gotta try one more time. Alright, here we go. This is the actual final test. I'm gonna be paying attention to how close the other side of the world is. Now look at this, guys. You can see behind us there is a C-130, and even all the way up in the sky there, you can see, I don't know if you can see it actually. Yeah, there it is. There is another one. I'm just kind of littering this world with a whole bunch of these planes. So what we're gonna do, though, we're going to rewire this seat. Okay, hold on. Actually, we got to disconnect it from that seat, grab that switch, bring it over to our first-person seat just like so. And now we're going to do it right away. We're going to open up the rear door. Okay, there was 4. There we go. Rear door is open. Everything should be ready to go. And we're going to hop into this first-person seat here. And wow, look at this view, actually. Look, you can see that the C-130 is over there. Imagine it's kind of just flying, but in reality, it's just actually pressed up against the wall. But here we go. We're going to activate our forward thrust, and check this out, guys. We're going to actually see that plane fly away from us. Alright, there it goes farther and farther away. I might even be able to get a pretty decent thumbnail here or something as well. I'm going to snag one of those right like that. Okay, so here we go. We're going really fast. Let's just disconnect right now before we forget. It's going to launch us right out of the plane. And here we go. We are now skydiving in first person. Our arms are out. We are slowly going down to the ground. Okay, the ground is coming up really fast. Open up the parachute. There we go. And hopefully that's just going to slow us down nice and easy. Oh, come on, stay on the feet. We got this. Oh, no. All right, so we're just going to pretend like we landed perfectly, and I can't use the downward thrusters when we're in the plane or coming out of the plane because this is going to throw us right down to the ground extremely fast. But there's our parachutes. Look at this, guys. We're going to disconnect them. There we go. And now we are ready to roam in first person. All right, so guys, that is going to be today's episode of Scrap Mechanic First Person Shooter. I hope you guys did enjoy this build or the video. Now, if you guys did enjoy it, then let me know by hitting that like button. And if you want to tune in for some more endless Scrap Mechanic, then be sure to subscribe to the channel and maybe even turn on some notifications so you can get the latest and the craziest coming from me in Scrap Mechanic. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. So, bye for now.